Hey guys, what's up? How are you doing today? Welcome back. It's your guy Igor here today. I'll talk a little bit about news, a little bit about some interesting stuff. What's going on between Canada, US and China. There's a huge thing that's happening right now, obviously. US, Donald Trump and China. In fact, there is I would call it a trade war, where US is basically threatening China to impose. There were some agreements that they had between each other which China didn't want to stick up to. So US basically threatened that they're going to put them regular tariffs, something about 20 to 25%. Which means, guys, I want to tell you, I have economics degree. I have masters in economics. Basically, what tariff is, how it's going to impact the customers in the US is that people are going to have to pay more. There is a deeper understanding to it, and it's more connected with US than Canada. But Canadians, we as Canadians, we are already going through that stress period of our bigger brother fighting with another bigger country and bigger economy. We are kind of stuck in between. And I'll get to that point and explain why we are stuck in between a little bit later throughout this video. But right now I just want to say that Trump is basically thinking that by imposing those tariffs, the prices are going to go way higher. It's not going to be that much profitable for American companies to be in China. And he assumes that China is going to suffer more from this kind of agreement, from this being on the other side. He's claiming that China is trading way less money. I mean, it's way more harming for China what's going to happen to them if he decides to impose those tariffs. Then it's going to impact the US. But in the short term, it's going to impact the prices, inflation rate in the US as well, because the prices that are manufactured in China are going to go higher, while the companies are going to have to decide whether they want to stay in China or change their company to manufacture products for the American consumers. So in the short term, as an economist, I can tell you guys that my personal opinion is it's not going to be good for the customers. And the long term, it's not going to be good for China. At the same time, as looking at the interview of Donald Trump on that day, I think that US is hoping that it's just a pre-election campaign in China of their local current government to get re-elected and nothing more. And let's hope so. Hopefully Donald Trump is right on that point. Now, what's going on between China and Canada? Now, this is a little bit a bigger situation. We are also, in the end of this video, we are going to look at WhatsApp and vulnerabilities, people getting hacked through WhatsApp. But right now, let's talk a little bit about China and Canada. There is a Chinese person, Min Won, I hope I pronounced the name correctly, who was warranted for an arrest by United States, and Canada basically detained the person, the Chinese citizen in Canada, and arrested for the United States. Now, there is a wave of retaliation against Canadians. In China, the details were not mentioned, but there are two Canadian citizens who are arrested and detained, and two Canadian citizens who are sentenced to death. Can you imagine that, guys? I mean, which age are we living at? What's China is thinking about? I mean, just arresting random citizens to, I don't think it's right. Personally, I don't think it's right. It's not 1970s. It's 21st century. Come on, guys. Such retaliations, they shouldn't be in place. I think that's personally, I don't think it's good. If that's the case, of course, because I might be wrong. It's all based on media, right? We don't know actually much on details on what had happened, but we are just following the trend on what media says. My personal opinion, if that's the case, China, that's not good. That's what I want to say about it. Now, let's talk a little bit about WhatsApp, the favorite application that I have on my phone. That's how we get charged. That's how my subscribers are trying to get rid of me sometimes. And that's how texting to my parents in Ukraine. And it's a really safe software. But there is this company from Israel, NSO Group from Israel. It's the international company that produces the spyware for the governments. So all of you who are thrilled by, conspiracy theory, well, here's the company that basically develops the software They search for vulnerabilities of current applications and currently before they get patched. Now, I will tell you short right now, don't worry about WhatsApp, it got patched this Monday, so the patch has removed that vulnerability. Does mean there will be another one in some other way to inflict this malware into your personal devices to get your personal confidential information. So this kind of company, NSO Group in Israel, they develop the product that they sell for huge amounts of money to governments to spy on people. And it's like a 0-day thingy where you just, it's according to today's date you can get hacked, but then vulnerability might be gone by tomorrow with the update of the next patch and everything. But wouldn't you think that the software is safe, that WhatsApp is safe for you to use? Actually, guys, I want to ask you a serious question that matters. What do you think about that organization that specializes in hacking, application and other software to produce intel for governmental organizations, that is selling a product basically violating people's rights for privacy? Is the core business of that organization. What do you think about these kind of organizations in governments that are putting contracts to those organizations? Do you think it's ethical to produce this kind of hacks or vulnerabilities, to produce viruses to spy on people, even though when you think it's done for good purposes and good intentions for governments to provide security to their citizens, yet violating their privacy? And moreover, I'm thinking not even about the government but the organization. Do you think this is an ethical organization, and do you think it should be allowed, or should it be banned by international legislation to go and commercialize on hacking and this kind of underground softwares where literally can't put any one of us on the spot? Alright guys, thank you so much. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.